thinking about making a career change? Maybe you are mid-career and the thought of a career transition has you a bit stuck. On the one hand, the thought of continuing the way things have been going is not it. There's some sort of change that needs to happen. And yet, on the other hand, you're concerned about, well, the change process itself may be difficult. And what if you don't like what is on the other side? Well, if that is the case for you, you are definitely going to want to tune into today's video because I am going to share with you not only from my own experience of coming through a mid-career transition, but sort of the consolidated experiences of my career transition coaching clients. And what I'm going to share with you today is really these four surprising, and by surprising, I mean like good surprising, not the, ooh, I wasn't looking for that kind of surprise. So, four surprising benefits of coming through the mid career transition process. Hi, I'm Jeanette, the North Dawn coach, and I am so glad that you have joined me today. So when we think about the first of the surprising benefits of coming through a career transition, I have to say that, of course, what isn't surprising about a career transition is that you're going to be doing something else. So all of the things that one would expect about, that you're going to make a change to be doing, work that is more in alignment with what your interests are at this point. Of course, that is, we assume, a part of the change. But these benefits are things that come along with that we don't necessarily focus on. And that's what makes them surprising. So the first of the surprising benefits of coming through a career transition really is around this idea, which I think could be illustrated with something that I experience, I think, pretty much on a regular daily basis when I'm working on my laptop screen. So I have my energy, saving settings so that, it's, my battery is not drained as quickly. And that means that sometimes when I'm working on my computer, I'll look at the screen and I'll think, why am I not seeing things very clearly? It seems like it's very difficult to make out what's on the screen. And then I'll remember, I think I need to click on that little button and bring the brightness up on my screen. And then magically, the colors are so much more vibrant. Everything's much more clear. I can read what's on the screen, etc., etc. I think that is the first kind of surprising benefit of coming through a career transition. Not about your screen, but just that the vibrancy of your life, across the board is suddenly so much more brilliant. And that comes because you're doing something that's new. You've broken out of kind of the what was a little bit more tried and true, well-trodden path that you have been on. And now you're off doing something that is a little bit different than what you were doing before. And that really has, I hesitate to use the word like your passion, but it's something along those lines that all of a sudden your excitement and your drive for, what you're doing in your career and, kind of splashing over into the other areas of your life, that comes alive in a way that's similar to, that brightness button coming up on your computer screen. And so I think that is, just a testament to, trying new things and, the different skills that you're going to be using and those sorts of things. In my own experience, even though I had been coaching internally for a number of years, I had not, put the shingle out to have my own business. And of course, in the process of doing that, I wanted to make sure to do that really on a firm foundation. So I went through the process over the last, year and a half or so of getting my ICF, International Coaching Federation, coaching credential. And that brings like the challenge of that and, the newness of, studying for the exam and the practical examples and practicing and all of those sorts of things really brought about a brightness to the computer screen of my life. And so I've seen that in so many of my clients as they have tried different things. So that's number one. I think that number two is if you picture you've got a toolkit, like a little, it's like a tool bag that you're carrying with you throughout your career. In making a career transition, you get new tools in your toolkit. So you've been working with a certain set of tools for a number of years. And then as you make this transition and you try out new skills, you experiment differently, you also get some new tools in your toolkit. You don't lose the tools that you had from before. They're still in the toolkit, but now you have some additional ones that you get to take on. And so for me, some of the toolkits that I could identify in my toolkit are things like, you know, increased problem solving skills. So, I have had in starting my own business different kinds of challenges that I didn't have before when I was internal. So, when you're starting your own business as an entrepreneur, you have responsibility for the whole deal. So, marketing and the technology side of things, besides the skill set of being a career transition coach. So that whole process has allowed me to, really work with new tools in setting up a website, setting up a marketing plan. Hey, what I'm doing right now, filming a YouTube video. And that is the same for my clients. Not necessarily the same tools, of course, because we're all in different areas. But as you transition to something new, you're going to need to kind of skill up, tool up, so to speak. And that gives you an opportunity to add new tools to your toolkit, which is a surprising benefit of coming through career transition. Now, a third surprising benefit has to do with, well, as we get older, we get a little less flexible. It's not as easy to get down on the ground and stand back up, and you get stiff, and it's harder to move around. Well, that's the picture that I get, but for the opposite. So as we come through a career transition, I think it really exercises and strengthens our flexibility. So it's almost like a little bit of yoga, but in the career sense of things. Because the whole process, I mentioned at the start of the video that you may be hesitant to be moving through a career transition because you think it might be difficult. Well, it is going to be more difficult, right, in the short term than, sitting back and doing the same old, same old, same old, because you're going to try some things that are going to put you out of your comfort zone as you try them. Maybe networking isn't necessarily in your comfort zone, and yet that's going to be a part of your process. Or, exercising some of the, introspective skills as you think back around, what you want and where you want to go, and technology skills as you tackle things like, what are you going to do with your LinkedIn profile? Those are all things that are common in this experience of finding the new thing. And they also serve to really increase our resiliency and our flexibility along the way. And that stays with us as we make that career transition, which is a lovely, surprising benefit to have. And then the last surprising benefit of a mid-career transition and coming through that process is, I call it salad dressing. So Picture like your salad dressing is going to be that oil and vinegar mixture, and you know that always separates. But in the getting the salad dressing together, you're going to shake it up and then mix those contents together for a delicious salad dressing. Well, that's the picture that I have for this particular benefit. And that is the sense of, in moving forward to what you want, in identifying what this next step is in your career transition, there's a like shaking it up and pulling all the ingredients together that happens in the sense of pulling together your expertise, your interests, your values, and vision for the future. All of that gets shaken together to mix to what is that perfect, kind of dressing for the future. Where do you want to go with that? And I don't think we necessarily see that as a benefit. We think about the pain of going through that transition and like, oh, I'm going to really have to think about what can I do, and I'm not sure about how my expertise can be utilized, and I don't know, I have these values, but can they really be met? Really, this process of going after that career change is that like mixing up of the salad dressing, getting all of those things going together, so that it's this delicious dressing for your future. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense to you. It makes sense to me, but I often see things in, physical visions of, everyday objects like salad dressing or my computer screen or all those sorts of things. Hopefully that sticks with you. What do you think? Are those the kind of benefits that, might push you through the career transition? I hope so, because I know that they are available for you on the other side of the transition process. What are you thinking about doing? What's on your mind? Please join me in comments. I'd love to have a conversation with you there. As I grow this channel, I'd love you to subscribe, like the video, and I will be back in a couple more days with my next video. Until then, do take care. Until then, do take care. We'll talk soon.